is a pretty casual, informal video, but I just wanted to share some of my experiences as someone with mild OCD. This is just for entertainment purposes. I encourage you to read up on what OCD actually is. Remember that OCD impacts lives, and it's not just a one-off thought. First of all, I would make large lists or maybe recounts of things so I wouldn't forget. For example, I made the one that I'm reading off right now, I made a whole list of OCD traits just so I could prove that I had it. That's great. And I sometimes, when I was preparing to talk about something that wasn't even all that important and did not require any memorization, I would make whole entire lists just so I could ensure that I wouldn't forget anything. That's nice. Then I don't really do this. Well, no, I still have this one, but it was a lot worse when I was younger. I would compulsively go into videos regarding mostly OCD related videos or just anything regarding mental health. I'd go to the newest tab and I'd just absolutely scan through all the comments. Any saying, I think I have OCD, or maybe someone who's kind of misrepresenting OCD, and I would be fuming and I'd have to correct them. If they were saying, I think I might have OCD, I'd say, why? And I'd put a whole definition here. And I probably came off as quite rude, but bro, I had to. No one could absolutely misconstrue OCD or I would go ballistic. Next up, being worried people. Oh yeah, this one is kind of hard to explain. I don't really have too much anymore, but I would watch content creators and I'd be like, this can be hard to explain, I hope you can understand. I'd be like, what if a random person watching this doesn't understand how amazing this person is? I'd think that this creator is really cool or really funny, and then I'd be like, wait a minute, what if the people watching this can't comprehend just how amazing this person is? What if this video doesn't show how awesome they are? What if they don't even watch through the whole video? And I would do a mental compulsion rather than physical, I'm pretty sure, just trying to imagine, trying to explain to someone how awesome this creator is. It was a little annoying because it would generally make me upset. Then I would get lost, and I still do. I get lost in fake scenarios of myself getting reassurance. For example, let's say I was applying to a new school. I just imagine myself saying the most intelligent stuff ever, and then I keep speaking until I felt like I really got across the point across in my head. Just so I could. What the frick was I doing? I was just trying to imagine some scenario about me, just to get reassurance. And I would get lost in these. I'd just start pacing around. That was a pretty bad explanation, but whatever. This one is my not biggest. Still plagues my life. Eating food in a specific way. See, this gets really annoying. I can't even tell you the multitude of different things I do. First I have to compulsively sniff it. It depends on what kind of food, but for all foods, I just start sniffing it. And this is a problem because the food gets on my nose and I'm disgusting. I'm a freaking slob. I'm glad I don't have contamination OCD or else that would suck. I just keep sniffing and it would never feel right. I need to inhale this scent until it's perfect. Great. Okay. And it's not even that. It's hard to explain. There's various different things I do. I try to I kind of, it sounds weird. I suck on it in my mouth in a way, or maybe it's hard to explain, but just simply and in general, I eat things in a specific way. I'm literally doing compulsions right now, so I'm okay. And the worst part about this compulsion is that one of the little traits about my OCD is I want to experience my food to the fullest. I don't want this to go to waste, so it's kind of, it kind of just what the frick? It goes against itself. Then there's, this one's a little more general and vague, but doing something in a specific, I can't even explain this one. It's just part of the just right umbrella. And then this one sucks, especially for school. Being worried that I wouldn't do something in the best way possible. This is especially bad for writing because I'm a good writer I don't need to be egotistical. So I always it's to hold myself up to this big expectation, and I just feel like it has to be absolutely perfect, and not in a perfectionist way. It's in a silly way. Like, I need to use this vocabulary. I need to use best vocabulary ever, so I can look smart. And it would just put me off from doing a lot of things. Not even in a school setting. Maybe most of the time, like, it's just personal things, personal projects, like just like, I don't know, writing whatever I want. And I'm still just imagining some sort of audience. And like, what if I don't present myself good enough? So then I just don't even do it, and it's really just annoying. Oh yeah. Then sometimes, instead of doing the compulsion physically, I do it in my mind. Like, I do like this weird motion in my mind. I even sometimes take my arm in to help with the motion. That makes no sense to a neurotypical person, but and I just keep doing it in my mind until it's right. That's also pretty general. This one was also kind of old, but it's still there sometimes. I'd be hyper conscious about food disease, like mad cow's disease, all that stuff, and it's normal for people to have that, and also health anxiety, which is different from OCD. But I would often go to freaking Reddit and seek reassurance. I'm like, oh, is this okay? Blah, blah. Sometimes I like throw things out. Sometimes it probably wasn't even bad, but I would just avoid these things or just throw them out just to ensure that I don't get any illness. I'm still doing compulsions. It's annoying. Okay. This one I don't do anymore, but as a kid, probably the earliest sign I remember was I just would ask my mom multiple times if we locked the door or turned off the stove. It was mostly just locking the door. My mom would say yes, and I continued to ask. I was weird. This one's a big one that still persists. I get worried whether I have OCD because, again, mine is mild. This may seem weird, but trust me, this is mild. And I just get worried that I'm faking, and this one is probably the worst one. Like, mentally, because it hurts me. What if I'm faking this? This one really sucks. And then this one was when I actually found out I had OCD. There was one night I was sleeping next to my mom, and we all get those thoughts of what if we actually kill this person. But for a normal person, you would let it go, because like, why would you do that? For someone with OCD is ego dystonic, which means like it's, you know what I mean. So look at the frick up. This specific time, I got so scared. What if I killed my mom? Why am I thinking this? Is it because I actually want to do it? I went to the bathroom and I could feel my veins in my arms. I don't know how to describe it. I could feel my veins. And because I did not know what OCD was, I was so scared out of my mind. Imagine thinking, what if I kill my mom? If you think that, you're going to be like, wait a minute, do I want to do it? And you don't want to do that, but what if you do want to do it? So then you just spiral and spiral. That was one of the worst things in my life. That was terrifying. You do not understand. Where were we? Okay. Oh, then this was another big theme when my OCD was really bad. I would be worried that I was in a dream. This was terrible because you can't really prove it. And for someone with OCD, like normal proof doesn't really work. So I would do this thing that I learned in a video called palm checking, because in a dream usually your finger will go for your palm. And I did this so much that my dream just adapted around it, and like my finger would just not go for my palm, and even in a dream. I would like count my fingers in a specific way, not just count my fingers, like I do it over and over again until like it felt right. I do this like imaginary motion in my eye. I really don't think you guys can understand, but whatever. This one was really bad, and it ruined when I went to a water park, and that's supposed to be fun. It wasn't fun for me because all I was thinking was, what if this isn't real? It was terrible, and I can't just summarize it. Then needing to say something in a specific way, whether in my head or out loud. If I'm in public, I do it in my head until it felt right. One time, this got really bad. It was just this random line from a video game, and I couldn't get it out of my mind. I just kept having to say it until it was right, and it never got right. Which is the worst part about OCD. It never feels right. It was really bad. It was just like, it kept occupying my mind. Like, go away. It just wouldn't. I still kind of do this, but obviously it was not for multiple periods across the span of multiple days. Okay. Oh yeah. I already kind of touched on this, that I was always preoccupied about how advanced my vocabulary is and how smart I am, and I would be disgusted if I did not use expressive enough vocabulary. It sounds stupid, but I just need to be good enough. This is a problem that almost all of us experience, but this time for me, it's because of OCD. Well, partly because of OCD. It disgusts me when I don't use the absolute best language, or if a sentence doesn't flow perfectly. And even deeper, I just need to feel like I'm smart enough. it's bad. I can't describe it in this video, sorry. Okay. Okay. Always worried I wouldn't be good enough in school, especially socially. I don't really want to touch on like in what way. It was not about appearances, just gonna put that out there. I don't know why, it just makes me uncomfortable, but I every single day. This one was probably the worst one, and I'm pretty sure this was because of OCD. I would need to be good enough in school, and I would always fret over this. Like, because sometimes you'd have bad days, and when I had good days, I was ecstatic, but then you have that, like, low, where everything just goes downhill, and you're like, wait a minute, what if it's not the best the other day, which just, it was terrible. This was another really bad one. It's terrible. I can't summarize it. I can't, okay. Also, this one is one that people just with anxiety in general are worried about, but worry your parents gonna die. This one I don't get all the time. It's usually for specific scenarios, like if my mom's on a plane and I would pray my heart out. I still do. This one is, yeah, but it's a little more than a neurotypical, because a neurotypical would think, oh, I hope my mom doesn't die. For someone with OCD or anxiety, they might think, what if they actually die? What if they actually die? And they just keep replaying that scenario. It's terrible. Okay, so this one was also kind of similar to what I said before, but I would rehearse interactions in my head until they felt right. Out of worry they won't be perfect. Like, sometimes it's something that might actually happen in the future that I have to do, or something that I'm just like imagining, like a hypothetical. Even hypothetically, I need to get this scenario right. I would just rehearse like these interactions to make myself seem like the best, the smartest. I don't know. Yeah, not much more to say there, but this one, it doesn't make me too anxious because I kind of just do it, but it looks a little weird when I'm just pacing around and my eyes are twitching everywhere. Oh, this one's hard to explain. In a show, if there's a ship that maybe like I kind of like, this one is really weird, but I need to make sure that the, like, whichever person in the relationship also reciprocates feelings. Like, I hyper analyze each moment. I go into whole like compilations of their moments, 2-hour compilations, just to make sure that they like each other. Even if it's literally canon, I need to make sure, like, if they show actual outward affection. I don't care if they say they're in love. I need to make sure they are. This one's weird, and I'm sorry, bro. It would genuinely, like, make me not want to go to bed at night, because that's all I could think about. It was disgusting. I hated it. Get out of my head. I don't want to think about you anymore. It's so stupid. Okay. Keeping things where I thought I sounded smart. A subtype of OCD involves hoarding. This one's a little similar to hoarding, but it's not out of control. For example, like things I do in class, or like just silly things that don't even really matter from class. If I think I worded something nice, or maybe it's, I don't know, something that makes me look good, I will keep it and shove it in my drawer. So I just have a bunch of loose papers hanging around of random crap of some like crappy like big word, like hello, wow, what a big word, cool, stupid crap. I already touched on that. Redoing things until they feel right. This is, well, not specific. This is just in general. This is something that most people with OCD experience. I keep doing that, by the way. Can't sleep because I'm thinking I'm gonna die and keep waking up. This one, I didn't know if it's related to OCD, but I'm gonna assume it is. I just had this looming feeling that I'm gonna die. And then, like, I just wake up. Like, it's not even on purpose. I just wake up and my heart just feels weird. I'm like, what the frick? Now I'm scared. And then I just scroll until I feel better. That's healthy. Okay. Oh, this one was bad back in the day. Again, my OCD is a lot better now. I would be afraid that I would just be afraid that I like off brain damage, even for the silliest things. Like slightly hitting my head, slightly, not like even enough to cause any pain at all. Or like, I heard in health class, if you sniff Sharpies or certain fumes, then you can lose brain cells. Now this, just a one time, it's not gonna do anything. That's the stupid thing about OCD, it's stupid. So I would just be so worried, and I'd be like, since again, I value being intelligent, I'd be like, wait a minute, am I smart? And I just like keep like talking to myself in my head. It sounds really weird. I just try so hard to make sure that I am still functioning. It's dumb. Okay, this one, I don't know if it's OCD, but I'm gonna assume it is again. Whenever I say a new word, or not even a new word, this is normal. Even like a word that I already know, I still have to look it up the exact definition to make sure that I'm using it exactly right. I'm sorry, dude. I just... Okay. I don't care if it's the simplest word ever. I need to know the exact definition, but this one isn't too bad. Okay, the next one is also pretty bad. I don't have this one too much anymore, but it was pretty bad, really bad back in the day. I would get worried about rabies. We're all scared of rabies. But again, people with OCD might deal with it a little differently. I couldn't sleep. All I could think is, what if a bat comes in and bites me? What the frick? I just stayed up like almost all night, which is obviously not healthy, and I just get so freaked out. And I see like a tiny scratch in my arm, and I'm like, wait a minute, what if that's from a bat? And I go on Reddit and try to get reassurance, like, can I have rabies? It was terrifying. This one, I know I'm saying all these are bad, but this one, I almost forgot about this. This one's old, but it's pretty bad. I heard about gas leaks and stuff, and how like if your house smells like fish, there's a gas leak. And you know, gas leaks cause your house to freaking explode. This is extremely rare. Doesn't stop me from thinking it's possible. I would just be this one, like, it's not like consistent, but like I'd just be scared that there would be a damn gas leak, and if I got like any weird scent, I'd be like, oh snap. That was fun. And then in the same vein, I'd be scared that there's a carbon monoxide leak, and I swear to frick, this was so bad. There would be a carbon monoxide alarm that my mom was required to put in, and it would just beep like routinely, like a normal alarm does. I got so freaking scared of that I genuinely like made my mom crash out. I'm like, Mom, do you hear that? And she just like, I don't know, did she take it out or something? She did something and fixed it. But damn, I could not sleep back then. Scared. These just get stupider and stupider. I was scared I'd get schizophrenia from stress, because yes, you can develop schizophrenia from stress. But obviously the stress has to be pretty bad, not just being stressed once because you're scared you're gonna get an F on some quiz, okay? That was fun. Whenever I felt an ounce of fear, I'd be like, oh crap, am I gonna get schizophrenia? That was nice. Oh, this one was also pretty bad. These are unlocking memories, okay? Just bear with me. I was scared I'd get sleep paralysis, and I heard that sleeping on your back is, well, the best way to get sleep paralysis. And I would genuinely like cover my eyes at night and make sure I was in the best position. Like, I get so scared at night, I didn't even want to sleep. I would cover my eyes with like something like a stuffed animal, a pillow, and be like, ooh, ooh. And I would not sleep on my back. I still don't do it to this day. And it kind of sucks, because sleeping on your back is pretty nice, but it just makes me feel so vulnerable. That's fun. I love that. Oh yeah, this was interesting. This was also similar to hoarding. When I liked someone and we would like play games, I would like use Xbox Game Bar. On that, you can literally like go back in time. Like, not go back in time. Like, you can record from like 30 seconds ago. So I would do that. So I would just like have 50 videos in my gallery of me just like making them happy. It was stupid. I needed those videos, and I never even watched them back, but I'm like, what if I need these to prove that I'm good enough? So that was fun. Oh crap, my iPad's low. Excuse me. So that was great. You do not want to see my gallery now. And if I failed to record the video in time, I would crash out. I generally got so upset when it didn't work one time. I have memories. We have brains, right? I could just remember it, right? No, I needed the video, which I never looked back at, by the way. So that's nice. And then, this one was weird. When I was really young, don't worry, I don't do this. I would get scared of getting poop on my hands, so I just stopped wiping. I stopped wiping. I will not elaborate. So, yay! Oh, and then another one. This is the last one that I wrote down. Needing to go back on a video multiple times until I heard or saw something right. I just need to process it right. Like, you know how you can just go back on YouTube videos? I keep doing that until I felt like I processed something right. This one was also pretty bad. And the compulsion I'm doing like most often today, when my OCD is bound. By the way, it's not that deep. It doesn't like make me too anxious, but it's very frequent, okay? I do it like several times a day. It's just like very quick. Actually there's multiple things, but I'll just say one. I press my fingers together 5 times until it feels right, and it never feels right, so you just see me doing that like a billion times. And I was doing that during the video, and it was getting annoying, because like, hello, I need to record a video and I can't focus. Yeah. So those are my experiences with OCD. It's a great disorder. Remind you that my OCD is mild. A lot of these are from when my OCD was pretty bad, but God actually saved me from this. I'm being serious. It got so much better. So, yepper doodles. Sorry, I don't have a good ending, but it's pretty late. So, yeah! I hope none of you guys have OCD, and have a good day.